Hey, what's up? It's Castoo. There's a new update today with a new looting bag. So looting bags are a lot cheaper, they're a lot less points. And I was testing to see, if you pick up the dwarf multi-cannon, will it automatically go in the bag? And it does not. So if you ever want to pick up the cannon in the wild, know that you're safe to do so, or relatively safe to do so. Here, I'm just getting some stupid RNG. So, like, I hit a 36. 47. I tried to pull the maul, but I'm an idiot, and I didn't have enough space to do it. But it didn't matter because the RNG in this game is ridiculous sometimes. And every once in a while, it's in my favor. One of the other updates is the PID switch update. So PID's going to be changing a lot more often. So instead of like maybe having one PID switch a fight, like if the fight goes on for a while, you can see it go back and forth. Here, this is a sad clip though. This is a little old. This is me losing my Slayer helmet. And I just watch. I do everything perfect almost all the time. Like, I probably maybe should have not had my prey so low there. My prey is getting low, and I switched to the Phoenix necklace instead of hitting the Peapot. But because I just had the Karamwam, I just Karamwan blocked myself. So that sucks, because that's like 1.2 million points at Nightmare Zone. So yeah, I was out of food, so I had to loot food to get that kill. I got a Spirit Shield though, which if you're a pure at level 77, you don't get many of those Spirit Shields. Like they're not common items. Again, getting back to this idea of RNG is ridiculous. When you're a pure, it can really go both ways. Yeah, this guy's complaining about smite. Unfortunately, though, I just did over 10 damage and recoil to myself in that clip. So I wasn't able to smite him of his relatively cheap Sarah sword. I don't usually fight non-scholars, but you just get bored sometimes. In PvP, you're looking for a fight. And I was able to get him anyway with the Dragonfire. I don't know what this idiot was doing. So this is before the Rev update. Things are pretty busy. I don't know if I should have shown Catch's CC. This is with Block Boys. So if you want to come out and PK with us, we go out pretty often. So yeah, so I had this guy TB'd, and thankfully though, since I'd been attacking him from the south, and then all the boys got on him, I was able to get the blowpipe. So I'm going to show it off to them. But the pipe actually, it's worth a lot. In the past, PKing a blowpipe, was like 3 mil or something. But the price of it's really bounced back up, just in part due to rev caves. And it's really made it quite the kill. Yeah, you can see me, I'm trying to equip it so I can show it to them, but, had to add the darts first. By the way, if I sound dumb at points in this video, it's because I'm not going to re-edit it. This video is 20 minutes long, so I'm doing the narration all over in one shot. Because if I was to spend all the time fixing it up for 20 minutes, it would take way too long. So Bliss to PK there. I'm pretty excited about the new update though. When it comes to the PID switch, though I'm kind of worried that what people are going to do is they're just going to safe and just wait for their turn at PID. Because some people deal with PID really well, like Hunter. This guy's rank 1, and when he has PID, he just goes in for the spec real quick. He'll stick around, he doesn't tab out or anything. But, if there's, if he has PID, he hits the spec pretty soon into a fight, and I had to die I had to die a couple times to him before I really learned that was his thing. I noticed too, a lot of the people that stick around and just go for tier 10s, they tend to spec early in fights. So it's kind of lame because I'm not too big on it, but I got used to it over time. You can see here, I'm not skulled because this team actually killed me, but I came back and got all my loot and then some by returning. So again, I've said it before in prior videos, but always being able to return to a fight can really make a huge difference. I think originally they outnumbered us, but then we were able to outnumber them. This is the same, like, this is still going on. This is another example. This is literally the same fight, actually. Like, we kept, like, just fighting in this spot. Someone would get a kill. Like, people would go and they'd bank. And I got real mean. Like, I don't normally PJ, but considering it was clan versus clan, I PJ'd him. And I actually got the kill with that spec, because it was a decent amount of damage, and I think that fight had just started. Notice, too, like, none of us are skulled because we've all died. But again, you can make a lot of money by returning, especially because, when I return, I got about 100K in gear. So it's not that big of a deal. Like right here, it's kind of weird. Like, it seemed like I was getting hit twice by two people, even though I'm in singles. And at first I thought I was in multi, because of the damage they were doing. And here, I didn't realize it. I hadn't changed my, I hadn't repotted because I had used all my brews. So I didn't have a brew left. So when I did my Gmaul spec, I did it from like just normal stats, which is kind of lame. But like always, I re-gear and I'm going to come back. Yeah, so you can check out my real rich bank here. I have basically enough money to PK. I have 16 mil, actually. I'm not sure what I should buy. Let me know in the comments if I should buy something. I have a lot of items already, but I could buy a torture, actually. I kind of want to do a Ring of Suffering, though, just to try like tanking out non-skull with a Ring of Suffering. Even though I don't really like non-skull, there's not much I can do with the torture either. Because at rock crabs, I don't need a torture, or at sand crabs, I don't need a torture. The reality is I kill the crabs too fast anyway. So I have this like lag time where I'm just sitting there. But I come back here and I don't know, like, I didn't realize it, but someone had killed the other guy I had been fighting. So I was expecting to come back and fight. I didn't realize I had gotten a kill. But then this idiot over here, he's like, yeah, I'm going to TB you. And since they're not on Discord for whatever reason, he has to say it in person. So I was ready for it, so I'd pray up. I go to smite, though, after. I just didn't want a 5-minute, because 5 minutes hard to tank through. But you can see here, like, his friend just leaves him. Like, it's 2 versus 1. One of them dies. I come back. Then it's 2 versus 1 again. Kill one. Then it's 1 versus 1, and he still leaves. Here, so whenever I go kill revs, which is basically, I'll do it for like 20 minutes in the morning. I bring stuff so I can fight back. I don't know why this guy's calling me a safer, though. Like, if you're attacking, like, PVMers, I don't think, like, you can say that they're safing. That's just my thoughts. Like, I feel like the rules on, what's the courteous thing to do only really applies to PKers. It doesn't apply. If someone's, like, if you're attacking a PVMer, they can do whatever they want to you. Yeah, this guy says safer, too. The one thing, though, I'm realizing as I'm watching this back, I don't have a skull, but I also smited him and got nothing because he's poor and doesn't bring a +1. Like, if you have enough prey to protect item, like, just be nice. Bring a +1. It'll make it way more interesting. I think his name's like Lura Pure or something. He's, I'll give him props to this. When he gets low, he doesn't usually pray, or at the very least, he doesn't pray right away, which is my big pet peeve, is when, they do the whole, like, TB and then they're, like, entangling you, and then they throw on prey, the second they think that you're going to spec him. Like, at least let me just try to spec you, even it out, or else I'm just going to rag. There's no point trying to fight somebody who, is just going to TB, pray, and then keep distance on you. I couldn't even see that this guy was praying me, actually, but it's not going to really ultimately matter because I was unfrozen right at this point. And I don't know, like, I guess he just wasn't expecting me to Gmaul or something. Most people out here carry DDSs, And he has this huge team too, so I had to log right after that. But since I'm 50 attack, I still don't get to use a DDS. I'm considering getting 60 attack, but it doesn't ultimately seem worth it. Oh, there's PK at Greens just walked by. He sucks. I don't really like him. I know, he goes on Twitch, but he basically what he does is he's just got this guy that gives him his spec back in the safe zone. So he just goes out, fights, specs, goes back in the safe zone, gets spec again, which is pretty annoying. This guy here, we felt bad after. So, I'm out of prey. The food I actually have got traded to me because we had been fighting this guy for a while. But he stuck around and he fought, and he's like soloing in that gear, which is pretty good gear. It ended up being like a mill loot. I split it out to everybody, of course, though. But we were like low-key flaming him, just trying to get him to run north. And then he basically admitted, he's like, I don't PK much. Like, I'm just trying to learn. And I respect that. So I feel bad for, we were kind of taunting him, trying to get him to go north. Because at first it was just me fighting him, which to be honest, like a level 78 fighting a 113, it's not easy. And I was smiting him too, because I saw he had a god sword. So it made for a difficult fight for me. I will say too, there's that new update with the Dragonfire. Make sure that you go and do Dragon Slayer so you can do that. I don't do it, but if I was you, I would do it because, Dragonfire, I'm hitting like 60 now with it, or like low 60s with the Dragon Crossbow, and it's definitely worth it, and a lot of people just don't. They just don't expect it. This guy here, he should have ate. I don't know what he was doing. But free anti-PK for me there. Usually I'll just run north. Sometimes I'll catch him in drag. Sometimes I'll just go to entrance. Because at least if they kill me by entrance, I can return really easily to fight back. This was intended to be a great tank, but they had TB'd me right at the beginning. So there wasn't much I could do there. But what ends up happening here, like I get killed and I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't want to look at the game for, a couple minutes. I'm going to go grab a beer, do whatever I was doing. So I walk away from the computer, and, I'm like doing stuff, whatever I do in real life, which is nothing cool, nothing important. I end up walking back to my computer, and right as I look at it, I'm about to see what's going to be on the screen in just a second. I see that I got a drop. I got the 8 mil emblem. Yeah, you can see how long the lag time is. I'm away from the computer. I'm not sitting at it when this happens. Like, I have no idea how old this drop message is going to be. I probably should have sped up this part more because holy cow, it drags on. You can click ahead if you want. But yeah, I'm really AFK. Like I'm in another room, and by the time I get back, I see the drop, and I kind of panic too, which I don't normally do when I play this game. But when you find out that you got an 8 mil drop, and you think you probably lost it, it's kind of like, damn, this is a really long time. Like I said, I was out of the room. You can see we're trying to regroup here. So if you want to come join us, come out. PK with Block Boys. PM me in game. I turn my private off when I'm not PKing. So I just keep it on so people can message me. We go out pretty much every day. Like I PK at Revs. Maybe not every day, but I PK every day that I can. Oh, it was an ancient medallion. It was 4 million. I misspoke. It wasn't 8 million. So it was a 4 million medallion. I happened to look at my screen the second I got it. So I just panic, telly out, I run down. No, I didn't even grab a glory though, which is kind of an oversight on my part because I'm going to grab this medallion and then have to run the long way to get out. I don't even know where it is. I have no idea. I'm just kind of guesstimating. I see it. I start running. I see a Scholar, which isn't a good sign. Someone else starts hitting me. I don't know. But I was able to run through drags and get out. So my bank value actually right now is about like I have about 20 mil in cash actually. There's a Godsword PK right there. I have about 20 mil in cash. I think my total bank value is like 70 million or something. Um, yeah, I didn't even need the third hit there. Are we getting to the end of this? Holy cow, there's so many clips. I think if I had music, I would just throw some music on here, but I don't have any music on this computer. So I'm just going to keep talking. Yeah, also too, this is a theory of mine. When it comes to like harvesting tier 10s, I don't think it's worth it. Unless you like do not die ever, it's not worth it. And I die way too much. Like you see these clips where I get crazy good hits. The reality is people do the exact same thing to me. You know, I've been stacked out with like 37, 35, 30 before. And I don't eat much. Like if you notice the first few commentary vids, like this is a good example actually. This clip right here, I should probably be eating more. I'm at 45. He can hit a 45 on me. You know, I eat up to 60 here. Again, back at 45. I managed to combo eat there. But, you know, like, if I was smart and didn't want to die ever, I wouldn't do what I do, which is stupid crap like that. Like, I didn't even have my mouse over the house tab. You know, if I die, I die. He was level 90. Also, not a great idea. If you don't want to die much, don't fight level 90s. Watching this back, you know, I was like, oh, I didn't safe. Like, this was a good fight for fighting someone like 10 levels higher or something. But I realized after watching it right now that I'm not even Scold, so I wouldn't have lost much. But this is, here I do tab out because he pulls the dagger. I have, like, no food. There's no point in me sticking around. Like, you're going to see, I get my hit off, and it was time for me to go. I'm really not a big fan of doing it, and I try not to do it as much as possible. But in this scenario, like, I didn't have a choice. I'm at 31. I let him hit me. Like, I'm sticking around. I don't know why. I let him hit me again. Like, he got 2 hits. He had a good shot. He didn't get the RNG, so I was able to get the kill. You know, but I give people plenty of chances to kill me. Like, plenty of chances. One upside, too, of having lost my Slayer helm for a bit is I started using different weapons, like the Anguish, as well as the Dragon Crossbow. Personally, I think the Anguish is better because with the Anguish, you're able to hit more damage with the short bow and with the crossbow, whereas, like, you know, with the crossbow, like, you only get to hit it when you're using it. And 2, no one knows you have the crossbow until you pull it, which I guess for some people, like, you might think that's an advantage. To me, I like showing off what I'm risking. That way people don't assume that I'm risking something else that's, you know, possibly more dangerous. If you've noticed too in these past few clips, I just keep getting all these tiers off people. So my bank is actually, like, pretty loaded with tiers, and, you know, every once in a while, like, I'll just get an inventory of them and take them to the bounty hunter trader. Just lots of 2s and 5s that I know I'm never going to upgrade enough in order to get to a tier 10. If I have like a tier 8 or tier 9, I'll usually just wait till I can find someone that's an easy kill and upgrade it like that, or find someone selling and doing it like this. Yeah, this guy here, he has, I think it's a Berserker necklace. I just smited him there. I didn't have double specs though. I smite him again, and then he says lag and he tabs. So it's really unfortunate when you smite someone and you don't end up getting the kill. It's a bummer. This guy here could have been a Dragon Crossbow, except he kept his prayer up, so it's unfortunate. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Probably the longest video I've ever made. But yeah, subscribe for more. Peace.